So this is the first play of the Kirk Cousins film study. This is Week 11 versus the Chicago Bears. What I want you to notice first is Stephon Diggs to the top of the screen. However, the intended target on this play is Kyle Rudolph, who's actually running a drag route on this play from the tight end position. You're going to see actually from him, he's right there, number 82. He's going to attempt a chip on Khalil Mack. It doesn't work. Khalil ends up getting pressure still. But what you're going to see from this angle is you're really not sure whether he's throwing it to Diggs or whether he's throwing it to Rudolph because it's just a very wild and a very inaccurate throw. Running one more time, keep it again, just to see where that ball lands. See, balls out, and it just lands in the middle of nowhere. We're going to look at it from this angle now. And you're just going to see really nowhere. And if you look at Kirk, he's got his plant foot, which is his left foot, his plant foot aimed towards the target, towards Rudolph. That plant foot is your aiming point, so to say. And you could just see it's very, very wild, very inaccurate. And on the next series, on a third and long, you're going to see something that's really just as bad. So here it is, 3rd and 15. This is the next series over. If you look at the score now, it's 11-0 Bears. So they just went down the field and they scored a touchdown and they had the 2 points. So, you know, they kind of made a statement. And now, if you're Kirk Cousins in this offense, you got to respond. So it's a 3rd and 15. You could see Thielen right there to the top of the screen. He's going to run a curl route here. And same thing. It's very wild. It's very inaccurate. Look at the body language of Kirk Cousins. It's rushed. It's panicky. There's no control whatsoever. So we're going to run it from this angle here. A bit slow at first, just so you can see the play, how it develops. See, there he is coming into his curl route and just sitting in that soft spot of the zone. You could see Kirk. He's got a fairly clean pocket. You could see the window for Kirk to complete the throw, or the hallway, whatever you want to call it, to complete the throw to Thielen. Maybe wouldn't have been a first down, but definitely would have set up a 4th and short, and you never know at that point. But I'm sure they'd have still punted. But still, it's a wild throw, and we'll get to Thielen kind of coming down way too hard, but still a very wild and inaccurate throw. We're going to run it from this angle. You can see it's a 3-man rush. The pocket is clean. He's got a direct line of sight to Thielen. He's not even looking at him yet. Now he looks at him. And that's just, I mean, where is that ball? Again, same thing. Like, it just goes in no man's land. Very fortunate that this one and the one prior wasn't intercepted, although he does end up throwing an interception in this game. But, I mean, you just can't see this happening, and it's something you see quite frequently from Kirk, and you just can't be doing it when you're being paid $84 million. As the old saying goes, once you get overpaid, you're automatically overrated. And there's some truth to that, because once you get paid a certain amount of money, once you go above a certain threshold in salary, you got to perform better on a more consistent basis. Now, this is the last play of the half. As you can see, there's 22 seconds left on the clock. The down and distance is wrong. It's actually 1st and 10 because this was after a big play by Stephon Diggs, and we can actually show you this play. So this was the play here by Stephon Diggs right before. He's going to hit him in the middle of the field, and he does a really good job getting yards after the catch, except he doesn't go out of bounds. Now, they only had one timeout at this point, so now they have to use that timeout. He should have went out of bounds and preserved not only the clock, but more importantly, preserved the timeout. He didn't do that. So when you go to the next play now, you're kind of limiting what some of the things you could do. Now, if you had this timeout, now again, this is 1st and 10, not 2nd and 21, so ignore that. Now, it's 1st and 10. Had they had this timeout, they could have worked the middle of the field. They could have gotten an easy completion. Just something to set up for a couple tries to the end zone before half. Get some points. Get your team on the board. Get you feeling good. Whether you get a touchdown or whether you get a field goal, the main objective is to get points. You're down 14-0. The home team is really relatively dominating, even though the offense isn't doing great. However, they are moving the ball down the field, and they have put some points on here in the first half, which is something you can't say for the Vikings offense. Now, you look at this. 1st and 10, too deep. You're already in scoring position. You're down 2 scores on the road, and you do this. What is this? I mean, this is absolutely unacceptable. You can see Kyle Rudolph is here in the slot on the right side of the formation. I guess he's going to run like a little curl to the middle of the field, a little hook route. And it gets away from Kirk. Once again, that's 3 throws in this first half that I'm showing you in this crucial division game in Week 11. And they ended up losing to the Bears twice and ended up missing out on the playoffs because of that Week 17 loss primarily, which was at home, which we'll get to a couple throws from that game a little later. But this is just terrible, man. When we look at it from the red zone angle, you just can't have this happen. Again, $84 million, you got to be better in certain situations. Now, I understand Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, a lot of other quarterbacks, good quarterbacks, smart quarterbacks have made some boneheaded decisions at the end of the first half. But when you see these wild and inconsistent and inaccurate throws, it's a problem. And again, same thing. You don't know if the pressure kind of rushes him, but he's got to be a little better in the pocket as well. His pocket awareness, his pocket mobility, his pocket ability, as we call it, is not very good sometimes. It's also inconsistent. And this is one of those, this is just a boneheaded, brain freeze. I don't know what happened. System failure. That's what happened. System failure. Easiest interception he'll ever have in the NFL. And they go into the half down 2 touchdowns because of some bad quarterbacking by Kirk Cousins. So here we are now in the second half. This is the third quarter. This is a 3rd and 1. You can see it's still 14-0. They line up in a pretty interesting formation here. You can see they got Thielen lined up right there behind the tight end. They're in a single back set. You're gonna get some pretty good action here. You're gonna get play action, and then you're gonna get some crossers from Thielen and Diggs, and then a deep over by the outside receiver. So you're gonna get some pretty good action from this play. Nice little play design. However, the point of showing this play is it's really poor IQ, and IQ at Views from the 22 stands for intellectual quarterbacking. So it's poor IQ by Kirk Cousins here, and he's got a slow processor. We got to upgrade that processor, man, because a play like this, it's going to go fast, and really as an NFL quarterback, you do have to have eyes on the back of your head, and this play should have been executed and executed well. However, it wasn't. We're going to run it here. You see the play action. You see Diggs is actually open. Kirk kind of hesitates and waits. Ends up being incomplete. We're going to run it here from this angle. So you can see, boom, he's right there. He's open. Diggs is going to come across the field here wide open. And he's got to hit him. Boom. There's the end of his drop. Hit it. Ball's got to be out. Instead, he hesitates. He's off balance. He's looking the wrong way. And he just ends up throwing a very low percentage throw and a high risk throw, especially down here in the red zone where he's already had some issues getting them points. So once again, pre-snap you got to be better, post-snap you got to be better. He's got to get better at processing the game and understanding what he's looking at pre-snap so he can be better post-snap. All right, we are nearing the end here of this first game. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you from this game. This is Week 11, once again, versus the Bears. They're down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion now. So it's fourth quarter. No matter what's happened in the first 3 quarters of this game, no matter what's happened throughout the first 50-odd minutes of this game, it doesn't matter. What matters now is money time, crunch time. 1st and 10, the offensive coordinator actually calls a nice little play here. Nice little design. You can see Diggs right there. He goes in motion, then runs that little quick out. That ball's supposed to be out right there. That ball's already supposed to be out. Quick completion. get the game tying drive started. Instead, he does this. Yep. That ball's intercepted. Look at it again. Um, Trying to throw to that corner route. And the problem is there's 3 receivers in the area. There's 3 defenders in one area. So there's 3 defenders in this area, and then there's nobody covering Diggs, and he decides to throw it where there's 3 defenders. I mean, there's really no pressure here. It's just a terrible throw as well, and it's low IQ. Once again, you gotta be better pre-snap so you can be better post-snap, and you just gotta be able to hit these quick rhythm throws, easy throws. See, Diggs is wide open. He's gonna get the catch. And then some. We saw earlier what he did. He's capable of getting yak. And Kirk here just absolutely demoralizes any chance his team has. Pick 6 by Eddie Jackson. Just watch the Eddie Jackson thing one more time. And that's your ball game, folks. That is your ball game. So Kirk, some wild throws, some inaccurate throws, some bad stuff pre-snap, some bad stuff pro-snap, slow processing. I mean, Chicago had him all sorts of out of rhythm, all sorts of uncomfortable, and he failed this test miserably.